Sally Zabriskie. My son is here, so I just saw him. I have a story in the book, and I'm going to share a little bit about it because it kind of feeds into the context of one of the purposes that was there for me in helping to create this book. I spent, in my story is called A Shelter on Good Friday, and I spent a night in a women's shelter in Atlanta, Georgia in 1985. And I was going to do it for the experience of doing it with a couple other women, but we ended up being of service. And I listened to a lot of women's stories that night, and what I realized, and I was 21 or something, was that every woman, regardless of where we are, and every person in fact, has a story of how we got to where we are, and the components of our journey. And we often feel like our journey is difficult or ordinary or mundane or whatever, but when we really sit down, and particularly when we share it with each other, and we're received and we're heard, that we realize that we all have inspiration or something important to share that is meaningful to others around us, and that in a feminine spirit, whether you're a man or a woman, this is a way we connect. And on a more global level, it's also something that our world needs, is we need to share our stories. We need to trust each other more so that when we have conflict, and even the five of us had our share of that over 2.5 years, we created deep love for each other, but we also had to, in the true spirit of collaboration, we had to figure that out, because we're not always taught how to collaborate, what that means when you get right down to the nitty-gritty details, or I'm attached to this idea, or you believe more strongly in this, and how do you compromise, and how do you share, and do that in a way that's meaningful and feels uplifting of everyone and what everyone has to offer. So that's part of what I love about this venture. I have such appreciation and gratitude for all of the authors, even the ones that are not, whose stories did not make it into print in this book, but they're still all important and all valuable. So I'm shaking.
So do you have a second edition planned then?
A second edition, we have a number of possibilities, including stories of men. Yeah, and if any of you have things that you want to, you have ideas and you want to drop us your name on a list someplace, we would love to get that. But no guarantees about when the next one's coming up.
Will you be editing stories of men?
Well, if you have input for that, you can let us know that too. So I'm going to step down, but thanks for being here. There's more.